There is the pole sitter, Michel Mercier from Belleville, Ontario, on the Team Suzuki 750. Tom Walther from Surrey, BC. He'll ride one of the Honda Interceptor 750s. Ruben McMurter, number 24 from London, Ontario, on the Yamaha Motor Canada FZR 750. Steve Dick, number 101 from Burnaby, British Columbia, on a Honda Interceptor 750. And the veteran Norm Murphy from Shannonville, he'll be on the Team Tide Opus Ferrum Suzuki 750. And Gary Goodfellow, number 99, on the other Team Suzuki machine, riding out of Vancouver. Riders revving up those engines, waiting for the flag to drop, and there it is! Michel Mercier, number 1, away quickly. Goodfellow will follow his Suzuki teammate down the straightaway. Murphy, 87, getting up there into the front runners. They're side by side at the end of the straightaway. Mercier will hold off Goodfellow. Here's Gary through on the inside. He held him off for a while, but Goodfellow came barging through into the lead, going through that first turn. It's Goodfellow, 99, leading. Number 1, Michel Mercier in the second place spot. 101, Steve Dick runs in the third place position. 24, McMurter in fourth, and 87, Murphy in fifth, and there's 185, Tommy Douglas, Craig. It looked like he just discarded a piece of the side paneling off his Yamaha.
Well, maybe he's trying to make the bike a little lighter, Pat. I don't know, because he's a little ways back from the leaders, but I'm sure Tommy's going to be working hard to get up there.
101, Steve Dick trying to chase down 1, Michel Mercier, as they come up through the final couple of turns here on the opening lap. Goodfellow, 99, leaning that Suzuki right over through the right and left-hand turns, back onto the front straightaway. Goodfellow pulling away here, Craig. He's really showing some horsepower in the early going. Number 1, Mercier in second, 101, Dick running third, 24, McMurter fourth. At the end of the straightaway, they break for turn 1. Mercier picking up some of that ground on his Suzuki teammate Goodfellow, but it's still Gary running very strong here in the opening laps. Through the left-hander, it's still Goodfellow holding on to that lead. Mercier has closed it up a little bit, and Steve Dick really doing a tremendous job staying with the front-running 2 Suzukis, because he appears to be down on horsepower along the straightaway, so he's going to have to make it up in the turns.
Well, there's no doubt, Pat. I'll tell you, those Suzukis have got legs down the straightaways like I've never seen on a motorcycle before, and I have to admit myself that Steve is really doing a number to try to stay with these guys. He's having to ride the wheels off the bike in the corners.
Well, they're pulling about 15, 20 bike lengths on him on the straightaway, and by the time they get back down through the S's, he's right back up onto Mercier.
And there's the standings with Goodfellow in front, along with teammate Mercier on those very powerful Suzukis. But it is great to see Steve Dick staying up with the leaders. He's got a history of coming off his machine once in a while, and Glenn Friend on the Sunlight Whisk Suzuki is in 10th.
Steve Dick has just taken over that second place with a lovely pass going through the S's on Mercier. 24, McMurter in fourth, looks over his shoulder, and all he sees is that bright orange Team Tide machine. There's Mercier. Horsepower. He'll blow by the Honda machine at the end of the back straightaway to retake that second place position. So it is a war here for second place between Mercier on the Suzuki and Dick, number 101, on that Honda Interceptor 750. Coming through the final turn and back onto the straightaway, Mercier. There he is, just pulling away from that Honda machine, and there's no substitution for horsepower here at Calgary.
And that's Ruben McMurter holding off a determined Murphy.
Well, a couple of riders who are in good position right now for that second place position. Number 1, Michel Mercier, and number 101, Steve Dick. They're still trying to chase down Gary Goodfellow, but they are in it thick for that second place position. And here comes Mercier again. He'll just blow by Steve Dick on the straightaway. And Mercier, time and time again, has left the Honda behind on the straightaway. Dick again making up his ground through the S's and through these tight turns, because Mercier is showing awesome horsepower from that Suzuki. Steve Dick staying with Mercier as they go on the straightaway for a split second, and then Mercier pulling away.
But you know, these guys wear excellent leathers, and the back protector that they wear under their leathers helps cushion the bumps when they do come off the bike.
Craig, there is Steve Dick. He's running over to his Honda, and he has crashed here in the carousel, so Dick perhaps pushing it just a little bit too hard that time through that particular section of the racetrack.
Oh, that's a shame, Pat, because he's been working hard all afternoon, and I know he's been pushing the bike through the corners. Perhaps his tires went off a little bit. I wouldn't want to say it this time, but I know he has been working that bike awfully hard in the corners.
Well, all of a sudden, Ruben McMurter, number 24, and 87, Norm Murphy, are battling now for third place. Here they come. They're not too far behind Mercier, and McMurter and Murphy have been running this close together throughout this one, and that looks like it's going to be one that's going to go right down to the closing laps as the Suzuki rider Murphy tries to chase down McMurter on the Yamaha. Further back in the pack, there's Burt. He almost crashed and did a nice job of saving it, Craig.
Oh, he did. He got both feet down in a hurry and straightened that bike right up again. But you know, Pat, the funny thing is Murphy, I've never seen him going this quick before. He is dialed in today.
Well, Murph is on a brand new Suzuki they built for this year's Superbike Championship, and it's taken them a few races to really get that bike up to its full potential. And there's Murphy. He has taken over that third place position. Murphy has put that bright orange team tied Suzuki machine into the third place spot. And we're on our last lap of this, the 5th of 7 races to determine the Canadian Superbike champion for 1987.
And there's the man who could well be that champion, Michel Mercier, the 1986 #1 plate holder. In this race, he's in second place behind 99 Vancouver's Gary Goodfellow.
Well, Craig, I think Michel has ridden a very calculated race. I think he knew he just couldn't run on the pace of his Suzuki teammate Gary, so he is going to try to settle for a safe second place spot. That's going to give him 12 more points. And there's a crash coming through that series of right and left-hand turns. It is Norm Murphy, the team-tied rider, has crashed, and what a tough break for Murph. He was running in the third place spot. This has got to be bitterly disappointing for the entire team because they'd worked so hard to get that motorcycle ready to go here at Calgary. There is your leader, Gary Goodfellow. Just a couple of corners to go for the Vancouver, British Columbia rider as he brings that Team Suzuki machine. Just one corner to go now. Going by the concrete wall, he'll be on the front straightaway looking for the checkered flag. And Gary Goodfellow has won this Superbike final. #1, Michel Mercier will finish in second.
Well, there's a shot of Norm Murphy. He's up and around. He looks a little bit sore, and I think he's put a bad hurt on his bike, too.
Well, there is the winner, Gary Goodfellow, and your final standings. It's another 2-win day for Gary Goodfellow as he outclasses everybody in the Superbike race and in the Pro 750 production final.
And would it